trust, dependency, love, respect, passion, pain, intimacy, pleasure. I sit here stuck inside my head, remembering you and I analyze all those things you said. You told me you loved me, you kissed and you hugged me, then you smile and look in my eyes and tell me that you'll always be right there.
Happy Friday, beautiful people. Happy Friday. Listen, it is a beautiful evening, and we finna have a beautiful conversation in this thing. So, welcome to another episode of PGC After Dark with the Crazy Rich Aunties right here on PGC Media, Facebook, YouTube, all of those good things, and LeoRochelle.com. Thank y'all for tuning in, checking us out, joining us tonight. And tonight we got a special guest. We got Uncle Stretch on here with the ladies tonight. And our topic tonight, if you didn't catch it, tonight we talking about first impressions, the art of the perfect first date. So, tell me what y'all thinking. Have y'all ever had a perfect first date?
Joy?
Dang, okay, let me think about it. I don't want to say no right off the bat because I'm thinking about recent dating experiences have been terrible.
Understood.
Well, I mean, I would say that. Yeah, you say perfect. I mean, but I would say a good balanced first date. I think I've had one before. I would say, but I mean,
Stretch, what made it perfect?
I mean, see, it's borderline. It's like borderline. It's like it was good. It was cool. It was a good flow. Going to a good restaurant, of course. Of her choice, and then of course.
You let her choose the restaurant.
Yeah, and then having an intimate conversation, of course, having drinks, and then going to the movie. So it seems pretty, borderline basic, but the flow was really good. So we got to really get a chance to know each other and just have a great time. So I think that's really what it's about.
Oh, you did dinner in a movie. That's cute.
Yeah.
But we would have to do dinner after the movie because otherwise I'm going to be in there like.
Late too.
Listen, if we did dinner first, then went to the movie, it didn't got cold in there. Oh my God, I'm finna.
Now I do have my perfect
a different version of me.
Now Uncle Stretch does have his perfect idea of a nice date, like a perfect date. And to me, I think my idea has always been like having intimate, catered dinner on a G5, like on a plane, up high in the sky. So we just get to kind of vibe out, rock out, have some good music, some vibes going on, and have a good dinner. And then, go to like a destination. So like Jamaica, Hawaii.
A first date?
Woo, perfect. You talking about perfect though. You trying to get to perfection.
All of that for a first date?
That's I don't know if that's a first date.
I'd be like, sir, now look, take me back home. This is not taking you. Is not kidnapping me.
Cause Jamaica, I'm scared.
You say I'm scared.
Exactly.
Now, if I know you, now if we were like friends, and then like that developed into
develop a relationship. Now, I don't mean just now let me clarify. I don't mean like just when you meet someone, I guess an initial meeting, first date or whatever, but like a real perfect first date. When you talk about perfect first date, I think of just something that I've already built with somebody, like I already know that person, and it's like now I just want to really show her a good time and really do something spectacular because it's probably never been done before. So
okay,
I see you, Uncle Stretch.
I will say
he set the bar high.
Set the thing hot, baby. You got to do it.
Yeah.
I would say that I
Go with
have
my
had
way.
some really, really good first dates. Because usually we meet up first before we actually like do a date type of thing. And so I like the meet up first just to kind of like kick it. And then we do a date. Because then that way I've been able to have some really good dates because that initial like meet up, let's kick it, let's, hang out a little bit. It wasn't a date. It was just like, let's meet. Like, if we met in other ways outside of like meeting face to face.
Mhm.
So it'll be initial like meet up, make sure we vibing, cool. Then we get back to talking some more, and then we plan an actual date. So when I was dating my ex fiance, our first date was a really really nice first date. He planned the date. Um, he was very intentional about the date. Even like I took the train. He used to live in the city, and I took the train, and he met me at the train station. He had flowers, he had a card, that kind of stuff, and then we took the train to the restaurant, and then um we just kind of hung out in the city, and then after we left the city, we went to the house, and we like hung out and just sat there talking, and then we slow danced in the living room type of stuff. Like it was just
Oh, see,
real.
y'all
It
clowning.
was just real cute. Like it was
Y'all,
real cute. And I
Yeah.
was like, I hadn't experienced that in regards to a first date. Like,
Mhm.
and so and then after him, the guy that I dated after him, which was my like last serious relationship. And when we dated, um, I'm trying to remember our very first date. So he and I were friends for a long time first because he was my best friend's cousin. And I used to have the biggest crush on him because I was like, oh, that man is so fine because he used to work at a grocery store. And I used to see him in there all the time and never knew that this was my best friend's cousin
Hmm.
because it was on her dad's side. I'm like, girl, not her dad's side. It was her cousin on her mama's side. And I'm like, girl, I didn't met a lot of your cousins. Why I ain't never met this cousin? So eventually we all started hanging out. No, we were at the family reunion, and then we kind of hung out after the fact. And then when we had our first date, like he picked me up, we went to Red Lobster, we hung out. He was very funny, so that's what made our date like the perfect first date for me. Cause I
Mhm.
promise you, the whole time we did nothing but laugh.
Yeah, that's right.
And listen, right on my damn alley. And then after that, I don't remember what we did afterwards, but I would definitely say, like in both cases, it was not about the money that was spent. It was about the energy, the vibe, the intention that
Mhm.
was put into the date. And then even after like the intention, all that kind of stuff, what made it so fun was like we really wanted to be around each other.
Mhm.
Like nothing else mattered. It was because we wanted to be around each other.
Yeah. That is what makes a difference for me on a date. Like, can we really hang out for real?
Mm-hmm.
It don't really matter where we go or what we do. Now, that's not true. On a first date, I want to have the option to have a conversation. So, like, don't take me somewhere where it's really, really super noisy, at least not initially. If we like work our way up to that, but like, I want to have some time to fill you out and have a conversation. I want you to really let me
Mm-hmm.
into your brain. Like, how do you think about things? Can we really like talk? Like you said, Leo, laugh. Can you make me laugh?
Make me
Laughter is
laugh.
a must. I will say that, and I think there's of course, a correct placement, because you got some people that just overdo it. You like, yeah, this ain't funny, but just the genuine laughter when you going on a date is very important, especially when you having conversations. Like if you ain't having a good laugh during that time of your date, then I don't know, something ain't right.
It
So
cannot be dry.
yeah, it'll
Like,
be
Listen,
similar.
because I'll be like, well, you ready?
Okay, yeah.
You ready? I mean, you know.
Like I'm sleepy, I'm gonna start yawning.
Or if a person laugh at something that's like so serious and ain't even funny, like I feel like that's like it's gonna ruin everything. Because if I'm sitting up here talking about, well,
Oh, but
yeah, you
that's
know, I lost my grandmother in August, and you like, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. It's like, yeah, it's
see.
time
Now I
to.
wouldn't laugh at that, but I do laugh at inappropriate stuff.
for sure. Yeah. But and
I
I want to
do.
see that too.
I
Like,
honestly
what
do,
is
and
your
I know
humor?
that about myself.
Dark humor?
So,
You know what I'm
huh?
saying? Like I want to find it out though about a person. Do you have dark
Yeah,
humor? Are you a nervous laugher? Sometimes people like my daughter, she does that. When it's serious,
nervous laughter.
she be. But some people are. I
Yeah,
don't
cause if we supposed to be serious in that moment, don't look at me. Don't look at me, cause I'm gonna bust out laughing. Because I don't know where my head is at. I don't know where your head is at.
know.
But I know the look that we giving each other in that moment.
Don't take me
It's
out.
over.
Yeah,
Listen,
yeah. Sense of
over
humor
and
has its
done.
versatility. So, you know, sometimes it be like that, you know, and I found that like I've been on a date, somebody say something like, you know, it just could be like just something just mad funny, like, shoot, this the annoying brother. He keep calling 5, 6 times, and I'd be like, some stuff just be just genuine, just like funny, and it's just like you just be cracking up. Or if it is like you said, Leo, like something inappropriate, like you know, sometimes it's just it just you'd be like, oh, okay.
Mhm.
hmm Uh,
So since
so
go ahead, go
go
ahead.
ahead. Go ahead, Stretch.
I was about to say since we talking about the perfect first date, what I mean, we kind of briefly kind of highlighted, but what would be something that would be like a huge no for you ladies on the date? Like, you know, off the bat, like, okay, yeah, this date is over. I'm gonna let y'all ladies go.
Huge no.
So when you go on a date, it's just you know, you got your do's and you don'ts. I mean, your do's and your don'ts. So when you go on a date, you know what I'm saying, you getting to fill out a person, but you like for boundary purposes, like this way, you know, you know, she better not do, like better not slap my ass 4 times, better not
No.
grab my head, like better not kiss me all tongue kissing me. You know what I'm saying? Like what's the huge no on the first date?
I think you own to something there. I don't like somebody that's gonna be aggressive with touch on the first date. Like I am a very affectionate person, especially if I don't know you. Now, if we got some familiarity with each other, like okay,
hmm
but don't be all. I had a date with an older guy months ago in a restaurant, and he was very in my space. Like
Mm-hmm.
sat on the same side of the table, and and I'm like, can you, like let's
Boundaries back up, yeah.
yeah. So that was it for me. I was like, I
What about you, Leo? I see you over there pondering. Like,
Listen, I'm over here full on thinking because I think for me is like if you show up not prepared for the day, like if you don't even dress, like I
mhm.
get it. Like, but you knew we were going on a date and you didn't even like prepare for the day, like your shirt not ironed. And granted, you might have had a last minute like something going on, but like when you get there, say that like my bad. I know I'm not
Yeah,
dressed
yeah,
the part or
explain. Right,
whatever.
right.
right.
So those kind of things would make me give you a little grace. But if you just show up and you just show up like not prepared as far as how you're dressed, not prepared as far as how like you come to the date, I'm probably gonna feel away, and I'm probably gonna be like, mm.
Complaining about complaining, but
Oh, yeah.
no,
And I was just gonna say, you don't have to be like overly fashionable either.
yeah,
Like, even if you come in a nice t-shirt, some nice jeans,
Just be
you know what I'm
presentable.
saying? A nice button up, that kind of stuff. Like, whatever you come in there in, I'm cool with that. But be
Perhaps some attention
mindful
to
of
follow
how you
through.
show up for the day.
Right.
yes, and then it depends on where we going too, right? Like if we going to a nice steakhouse, for example. Now, once in a relationship, I'm down for Wednesday night. We want to have a nice dinner, but we don't want to dress up. I'll put
Mhm.
on some leggings and some tennis shoes, and throw on something. We can go to a steakhouse and like
Right.
be in
Right.
some chill clothes. But like,
Okay.
if that's
Right.
what we doing, then show me that you know how to dress for an occasion. Like
Mm.
I want to know that. I want to see that you putting your best foot forward. But I was gonna say complaining. I can't stand that shit. Now, if you taking somebody out on a date, be prepared to spend some money. Don't get there and then the whole time you complaining, oh, the rent's due. Oh, this is so expensive. Oh, this what?
Okay.
That's that right
Okay.
there.
Oh yeah, I would imagine that. Yeah, that would be.
Because, sir, why did you even bring me? Why did you even invite me out? Why did you bring me here?
Or if a
Why
brother
did you even bring me here? Because what are we doing? Why are you complaining this whole time?
This
Like,
whole time, and then we ain't even know where this like this is not even mid. Like we chilling for real.
Yeah. What's it called? Steak and Shake, chilling. He complaining about the fourth.
It's just like nah.
my fur is soggy.
So I would
It's
think that just would be,
right.
that just would be misplaced because I think as a man, I just think you don't want to be coming into a first date like putting that on a lady, just like, yeah, well, I got rent due, and especially going on the first date and trying to limit the date. Now, of course, I believe that I think it should be just modest. It's it's a first date, so nothing too crazy, but I still feel like you should go to a place where you know that you can afford, you can cover those items there, because you don't want to be on the first date sitting up there talking about, and all y'all nephews, y'all listen up. Knucklehead. But you don't want to go on the first date talking about your rent due and all that personal jazz. You know what I'm saying? Your business,
because that'd be a major no for me.
Yeah. And then,
gotta go. See what I see.
And then if I hear a
what
woman,
are we doing, sir? Why are you telling me about your financial problems on this date?
Right.
Yeah.
What's
And
happening?
if a woman was to do that on a date with me, I'm like, and I'm paying. If I'm paying for the meal, paying for everything, and you still like want to talk about what's due, that's gonna give me the hint that like, oh yeah, you go. They can talk about, yeah, I need to pay my rent. You know what I'm saying? So after this meal,
right.
Yeah.
Is she thinking that you Nate? Like, what's happening? She in a bind, Nate, or what's happening? Because ain't no way. Like, I'm a be 100 on a date. On a date, you are gonna get the absolute best representative that's not a representative. Because I might be having some shit going on.
Right.
But if I'm on a date, I'm gonna show up. So that's why I say the best representative that's not a representative, simply because I'm gonna show up fully. But the shit that I got going on at home ain't your business on this date.
Exactly.
Right.
The shit I got going on, my bills that's due, that ain't none of your business. What are we doing?
Yeah.
What is happening? And also the whole this whole new thing of having to spend a certain amount on the first date, not going to Cheesecake Factory and all that other kind of stuff. Bread, if you don't bring me that bread and them butters,
listen, that brown bread.
Okay, the brown bread with the butter, or we could go to Texas Roadhouse. Sir, bring me them butters, that cinnamon butter and some rolls, like all of that. I don't care about the date. I don't care where we go for the date. Honestly, we could go to the park and sit out there and chill and
now look, I have had
slide by somewhere and grab something simple.
Yeah.
I had a car date for the first date before. We pulled up at Sonic. We ordered food off the menu, and we sat in the parking lot and ate and talked the whole time.
Yes,
and then
with
after
an epic
that,
playlist. And don't have a
because he did have a hell of a playlist.
Oh,
he had a hell of a playlist.
Yes.
And after that, we went to Smoothie King, and I got to get a smoothie of my choice. Simple shit.
Simple.
And I do like car dates too, because they let me know your taste in music. Because some of y'all don't have good taste in music.
That is so important.
It is super important.
Because like I can listen to almost everything. Heavy metal is a hard no for me. But almost everything. But like if you don't know good music, I ain't gonna
You're soulless if you don't know good music.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I need you to be able to feel that shit with me. So,
Right.
yeah.
And I need you to be able to adjust to the moment.
Yes.
Adjust that shit to the moment.
What do you say,
Cause
ladies? Be able to read my mood. Like he
There
just
you go.
not even just my mood, adjust the music to our mood. Cause if we didn't got real comfortable up in this motherfucking car and I didn't lean back and I'm all,
Mm-hmm.
sir, do you think I want to hear some head busters?
Boy.
Hell no. Sir, no. I don't want to hear
Leave
that.
the room.
Cause what are we doing? I mean, but
Or
if we
kids that
was
say, hey, hey,
riding,
hey, run for your life.
listen, if we was riding somewhere though, I mean, I might be cool with a little 8-ball.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Cause I like me a little 8-ball. And I'm gonna say that too. Pay attention to what the people tell you that they like and
Yeah.
what they enjoy, because people don't be listening to those things in the conversations prior to the date. So
Yeah.
if you're not listening, you gonna miss on opportunities to show up for that person
Yes.
when you dating or on that first date. Cause you taking me somewhere, you taking me to get sushi, and I told you I don't even like sushi.
I'm allergic to fish and seafood. Why are we here?
Right.
Yeah. And that
Yes,
be some of the shit sometimes
totally.
men, black men especially. I love y'all. Okay. And sometimes y'all be missing it with y'all ego.
Mm.
All of us ain't on that like no Cheesecake Factory, no like on that list shit. But there is some very real stuff that like there's some shit I don't eat for like my personal health reasons. So if I'm telling you
Mhm.
I can't eat this, I'm not trying to be stuck up or bougie or whatever. Like give everybody a clean slate. I think I want to say that when we talking about first dates, when you going into your first date, it is so important to check your bags at the door.
Mm.
Whatever your baggage is, whatever Barbara did to you or whoever, like
Surely. Surely.
Right, I was about to say, or Shirley.
I got to, Leo. I got you.
Whatever Barbara
whoever,
or
like, I mean,
Shirley done did,
look,
okay?
whoever hurt you, it wasn't me.
Mm. So I think that's where it comes with effective communication. I think prior to the first date, I think that men in general sometimes have got a sense of effective communication when it comes to planning a first date.
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay not to know necessarily, what's around town or what to do. So the collaboration with the the person that you're interested in going on a date, it's very important to communicate. Like, what is your favorite food? Like, what do you like? And it's just some pre-dating arrangements that you can do to set the tone and the pace to have an idea of, like you said, we're discussing a perfect first date. So just being mindful, and I say, yeah, be intentional and show up, but just if you got your pre's all set down, you know what I'm saying? You pre-intentional and then you intentional, you feel me?
Come on, pre-intentional.
Pre-intentional, that's the word of the day.
Come on.
But yeah. What you gonna say?
So let me ask y'all, like, for your perfect in your head, for your perfect first date, what is your person wearing for you? Like, what is this person showing up in for you? For you to be like, you might just be bae tonight.
Listen,
Cause wait, you looking real tasty.
it is something
What's that?
for me about a black man in florals. A black man with flowers on. Like get you a button-up shirt with some flowers on it. And smell good. And don't let it be a combination. Oh, I'm about to say this on air live. It is something about that cologne and the weed when it meet.
Swear to God brings out the hood rat in me. Because boy, wait.
Yes. I wish I could hit that button. Yeah.
And don't have a nice food too or some. Come on.
Cause what kind of weed you smoking?
Flowers. And don't bring me
Cause what kind of flower? No, you talking about flowers. Cause what kind of flower you smoking? And then
what kind of flower you smoking? What kind
because
of
I need to know. Cause what's
what
this
kind of flower
perfect
you bring?
blend?
Listen,
What's this perfect blend of weed and cologne that you got going on right here? That is bringing out the hood rat in me. I don't know, but that shit just does something for my inner hood rat.
Linger at your neck a little while. Can I just?
Yeah, you know, that's just what I do. You know what I'm saying? I put that Versace Euros on, and then, you know what I'm saying, that Zai, you know, fresh pack of Zai.
Not you up here trying to tell your secrets.
You feel what I'm saying? Smell me, baby. You smell me.
You got to teach the nephews.
Gotta teach the nephews.
Listen, I ain't mad at it.
Yeah. For real.
Joy, you just said a word there.
Keep it real for the
people. Because I be
Joy.
saying, but this is the other thing.
Look.
You got to smell good, though, first.
You gotta smell good first.
Like you gotta be, you gotta have a level of cleanliness to you.
Yeah, don't put that on top of no funk, man.
Yeah, don't be out here dirty and then trying to do the weed and cologne, because now you gonna smell like dussy. And you gonna be out here smelling like dussy.
And now you've ruined it. And
now you've ruined my whole little fantasy. Yeah. I had even had a moment in my mind where I might have gave you some. But now
I did.
No,
definitely went there.
Cause that brain gonna go there when that weed and cologne hit them nostrils. It is like, oh my god.
And then don't bring me into that hug with your hand on the small of my back.
Yep. That's the one, Daniel, son. And don't squeeze me like the Charmin. Sir, what are we doing?
Listen,
you said
that was my nickname in high school. I had 2 buddies, 2 male friends, and that's what they called me, was Charmin.
I was Cuddles. That's funny as hell. I was Cuddles in middle school. I was Cuddles.
Because we was soft.
But baby,
it's soft. All right, Uncle Stretch. What's your aesthetic on the first date? What you like to see?
Now, to me, of course, you know, hygiene is a very important thing. So when you coming on the first date, you know, just have the hygiene together, you know, smelling good and then looking good. And I just feel like, you know, grown and sexy attire, you know, not, you know, you don't have to do too much, I guess, revealing on the first date, but of course, you know, coming all your feminine glory, you feel me? So, you know, that's a huge thing, like to smell good. And it's so sad that some ladies is out here, you know, and I'm no shade on Bath and Body Works, but you know, certain sprays don't just fit melanated women. You know what I'm saying? You know, you talking about cucumbers and peppermint. Like, I'm just confused about how we got the chemistry of the smell. That's interesting. You know what I'm saying? So
that ain't black women. That's that woman. That's that woman, okay? Because everything don't work for everybody. Pheromones. That's what you talking about.
Right.
Because you got to know your body. And I'm gonna put y'all on the little secret.
Okay, that's about to be our next sensuality challenge. Find your custom fragrance.
Listen, find your scent. Find what works for you. Because you gotta find what works for your body chemistry, but then also you gotta know where to put it. You can't just be walking through the mist. You know what I'm saying? Ladies, I'm gonna give y'all a real little kicker. If you really like dude and y'all on that, girl, put that oil on your ankles.
Yes. All your post points.
All your post points.
Post point.
Your ankles, behind the knees.
Yes.
Cause you don't know what you might get into. I know we talking about a first date, but any other date, you know, you don't know what you're gonna get into.
Yeah.
But it most definitely goes down. So while y'all talking about fragrance and growing and looking sexy, you know, there's always a potential for, you know what I'm saying, getting it in on the first date, you know. So how do you ladies feel about, now I'm not just saying no ordinary first date, because for me, I just feel like, you know, the chemistry got to be banging, you know what I'm saying, between me and you, it's like an irresistible thing to where it's like, you know, it's like how I describe like being set on fire. Nobody want to be set on fire. So you want to put that shit out. You're going to be moving as quick as you can to put that fire out. So, yeah, most definitely want to.
You are talking to 2 fire signs, so.
I know. Oh, Lord, here we go. See, I like to set stuff on fire. Look at you, look at you, look at you. So, yeah, like.
A little warm.
I'm out here like Subway. Let me be your fire.
Well, yeah, so sometimes it can most definitely just go there. So, like, if we having chemistry, everything's going right, you know, because especially you had that pre-notes, like, all right, we already, you know, chopped it up on the phone, you know, type of stuff. So, and then this is perfect. So the chemistry's banging, you looking good, I'm looking good, we smelling good. And so it just may go there, you know what I'm saying? Especially when you so tall and you grab that body like that there, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Make them quiver and it'd be just on and popping in. But
listen,
it's a rare commodity nowadays in the dating scene.
I was about to say, having a sense of charm and charisma will always be able to get a lot more out of a date and out of a woman. That a lot of men don't.
Charming,
yeah, a lot of men don't even tap in, because it ain't that you don't have it. It's not that you don't have it. It's that you don't even tap in to find out how to navigate it and use it for yourself. Like, you ain't even got to do a whole lot to charm somebody, but act like you know how to, you know, finesse. Not finesse in a bad way neither, because people, when you say finesse, people be thinking about you trying to get something out of somebody.
Right.
Now just talk sweet to me, you know, that kind of stuff.
If you're engaged with what I'm saying, like, because I can get really passionate about what I'm talking about. So if you ask me a question, I get on a roll, and you show me that you've like followed all the shit that I said. My brain
engaged. Yeah.
You give it back to me. You asking questions. Look, I'm locked in. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, sometimes it does go down on the first date. And sometimes it ain't even. I mean, we grown, right? So we gonna touch all the bases. Sometimes it's not necessarily.
It's after dark, baby.
Right? Because you know that this person is gonna be a forever person. Sometimes you just like, damn, this look good, and he like, she look good. We had a good time together, like, you know, and it's just that's where it goes, right? No shame.
Good chemistry.
Yep. Just be safe, y'all.
Yeah, so I think the chemistry is really important. I mean, so you ladies ever had a first date where y'all done got it in on the first date? Be honest.
Yeah. I have.
What about you, Auntie Leo?
Why you nosy?
All in your business.
Yeah, all in the business.
Why you nosy? But no, I have. The older I got, because like with my exes, that wasn't a thing for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm like, no. I used to be like, mm. And the older I've gotten, I kind of gave myself the opportunity to just like be in the moment. But before,
yeah, I was way too conservative when I was younger.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What you say, Auntie?
So I was way too conservative when I was younger. I was before I.
So you find just more freedom as you got older.
I mean, yeah, because you, at least for me, a lot of the shame around sex was removed, and once I just made peace with like enjoying sex, like I enjoy sex.
Come on now, come on.
Really kind of come on. You know what I'm saying? So once I made peace with that, and then also, so like, it's a whole thing being raised in church and all the shame that gets put around that. And if you're not married and like, and then once you like have your own relationship and you start digging into stuff and making peace, and it's like, yeah, no.
And not even just church, you know, I think a lot of time it's the fear that is
Yeah.
often instilled in us when we talk about sex too.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of times our parents used to try to scare us into
Yeah.
not having sex back in the day.
Yeah.
Like that was what it was. They gonna scare us. Like,
Yeah.
and don't come around here pregnant. Like I
Or
literally
you
had
was a
graduated.
hoe off top.
I
Like,
literally had graduated high school and everything. Like I was so scared because I was like, I can't have no babies. I'm not
like,
having no babies in high school, and that was just my thing. Like, I ain't doing it because I had saw so many girls in high school having babies,
mm-hmm.
and it was like the struggle was real.
Yeah. I
The
was in high
struggle
school.
was real, and everything else.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, so I remember I was my junior year, I was 17 and pregnant. And my other classmates were like it was cute. And I'm like, nah, like this is not cute. So it was something that was romanticized, but um and it was a struggle, but I don't feel like I struggled like some other people did. But yeah, it just I that fear really did me a disservice because um it's not the I'm a person that like give me information. Fear is not gonna keep me from doing a thing. And then when you're talking about the teenage brain, hormones going crazy.
Cause I was the girl like, okay, that was your experience. I need to have my own experience. And
You
that
know,
was me all the time.
and then
Like,
don't tell me some shit that don't make sense either. Like it's gotta make sense. So my mother, she said that she was always told growing up that if you kiss a boy, you get pregnant.
mm,
And so she said the first time she had her first kiss, she was terrified, thinking that she had gotten pregnant. And so I'm like, I in my brain, like I'm like, I know that's not true. Like that don't make sense. I took biology. Like, so for me, yeah, you can't tell me no dumb shit and like make me afraid. I'm just gonna be looking at you like, girl, you really fell for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it just we do the kids a disservice. Tell the truth, arm them with information, and then
Most definitely, because I think the notion around the sexual experience has been like so um it's just been like so like manipulated, I think, in a way, if that's the word I'm using, because it's not like that we don't educate people. And once you learn the structure, the basics of how the body works, you know what I'm saying, and all that kind of stuff, you get the basic fundamentals. But it's just like, the sexual experience on, how to be selective, how to be able to, kind of cue or gauge when it's time. And then some things do happen. So it's just like to prohibit, from a sexual experience where that's what we seem to all have that joy and that bliss about. I just think it's
mm-hmm,
just proper communication and just depend, especially if conversing with like children,
mm,
about sexual education. There's a way, to do it. But even some adults, need to be educated on how to have a joyful sexual experience. A lot of women sometimes,
do it every day.
yeah, want to have sex and want to be in the moment, but they're so tense, or the mind is misplaced, or they're nervous. So it's a lot of factors that go on with that. But just really having that sexual education about how sex really is. Yeah.
Okay, so Uncle Stretch, let me ask you this: you asked about sex on the first date. And then you mentioned like women not being at ease. So if you are choosing to engage in sexual activity with somebody on a first date, how are you as the man in the situation? Like you're cisgender, heterosexual, right?
Mhm.
Assuming that you date cisgender women.
Mhm.
How do you um put a woman like at ease and check in with her mental space to really make sure we're like post Me Too era, right? Or in the Me Too era, right? And
Mhm.
all the shit with Diddy and the people.
Mhm.
So, like, how do you as a man, one, protect yourself? Because that's the thing.
Mhm.
Um, and then how do you make sure that she's ready and her yes is really her yes, and that she's enjoying herself, that it's pleasurable for her? Like, what do you?
Mhm. I mean, to me, as a grown man, it's all about, knowledge and wisdom, and I just think it's the chemistry and the energy. As bringing grown man energy, divine masculine. It's just always just kind of being aware, just being aware of space and time and body language. Of course, it would be, of course, we do live in a time where it could consider, you took advantage, you manipulated. You always want to be on the same page, because a lot of times, right, we go out on dates, we start to get the drinking, and we really not ourselves. So I know the difference between a woman we've been drinking, like, oh, I just give it to me, I just want to do it, and then one is just misplaced in the mind, you just drunk, or you are confused, like, oh yeah, you could take it off maybe, so it's like you really got to know the individual that you're dealing with. And I think me as a grown man, it's always like, it ain't like you asking like, okay, can we do it now, you know what I mean, like nothing corny, nothing lame, but it is just getting validation that, I'm saying, that we're comfortable with each other in that space and time. And if it does happen, then it will happen with us both in mind, like together, like, what I'm saying. So I'm not going to reciprocate being aggressive and kiss you and then you try to reach back, type deal. But it's just, I just really just know an individual and the energy, as a grown man, you just know when it's right. And I really say as a grown man, because it's like sometimes we just grown, but we just so childish, you just trying to hit, you trying to be super mad aggressive, or what I'm saying, mad disrespectful, and then some people take advantage. So sometimes you have a woman that's like, I'm ready to do it, but the way you did it, what I'm saying, could have been not so cool. So I never crossed that
Because
boundary.
why you snatching me up?
Yeah.
I mean, I like a little aggression.
A
But
little though. And then
sir, what
like
is we
That's why I
doing?
said it's just knowing what to do, because you can have somebody that could come like a certain type of aggressive with you. Like you may not necessarily want, Joy, like want your hair pulled out hard where stuff is coming out. But like if a man just take a nice sensual grip and is aggressive and is holding you, is giving you those
Man,
affirmations,
listen.
like,
You
I
grab the
love you,
back of my
queen.
neck like a puppy.
holding me and giving me affirmation. Say what?
Yeah. So just kissing you sensually, and the aggressive comes with the reassurance that yes, I'm holding you, I'm serious about you, but I also respect who you are and your
It's
delicacy. So I'm
gentle and
kissing on
firm.
you, loving on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, just firm. Yeah, it don't gotta be like mad crazy, but you just kind of know how to gauge that based on the experience. And of course, if a lot of times the factors of being raised right and just being know how to treat a lady, what I'm saying, a woman. So it's just different tiers, different strokes for different
And
folks. But
checking in with her pleasure,
yeah,
I
what's her love language? What she like to do?
yeah, I mean even like during the act of sex, like checking in. Like, does this feel nice? Do you really enjoy this? Do you need more or less?
Listen,
It's not
that's a gem. That's a gem right there.
a question.
Yeah.
Like you
Well,
can ask questions in a way that is sexy. You ain't gotta like
right. I don't want to be having 21 questions now. That a tired. No, just like no.
yeah, no. But like
But I see what you're saying.
That's
Like it's just,
things I told my
but that
son when he first started having sex. Like, listen, let me tell you what. You can't you gotta check in. This is not all about you. You gotta make sure that her pleasure is on point too. You're not gonna be out here in the world.
buy yourself up in a group chat. No, so no, I feel like communication is, people are like taboo or against it, but I feel like communication is just so important, like during sex, because a lot of just research wise, a lot of men that are pleasing women, sometimes the woman is not actually having that release, or that they're not coming before the man, so the man is coming.
70% of women, heterosexual women, do not
Right.
have orgasms.
Right. So it's
sex.
Yes, it's a sad case. So to me, it's like, from my experience, it's just for me, learning the art of a woman and, her body, and just really, really being in tune with the woman. So that's really kind of how you can hit those sensual points and really making a woman feel safe and comfortable and just really available and open to you. So, there's most definitely a way to do it, but communication is important. But if you are really, really standing on business, you know what I'm saying? Big dog, big pressure. You stand on big business, then you already know that it's a hell no. For me, it's a hell no for me to come before you. You know what I mean? Like if you ain't came, I'm
the first time now.
Yeah, now that's just disrespectful, because it's such a thing.
That pisses me off. Cause sir, And then I hate the ones that be talking about
Oh, I'm about to
after
beat it
it's
out the frame. I'm about to have
no, no,
you
no,
whipped
no. The
after
ones
you
that be
be.
talking about, let me get a second chance. Hell no, cause you ruined the first one. Like
Ruined it.
what?
I'm done.
And
So
I
to me,
understand. I understand pressure. Like sometimes there's the pressure to perform, and there's the
Mhm.
pressure to show up and be and do all of these things or whatever. But
But that comes
also,
back to that first impression, though, for me. Like, I'm not about to. I don't. Go ahead, Leo. Mm-mm. I'm
yeah,
not.
I mean, just like, if we do have this first date and it was an amazing date and all of that other kind of stuff, but also, like you said, stretch too. Like, don't come at me talking about you gonna do all of this, that, and the third or whatever, beat it out the frame. First of all, sir, I like my shit in the frame that it's in.
Thank you.
I don't need you beating it out of nothing. I like it where it is. So, if that's your intention, we might as well not even go on this fucking date
That's right.
because
yeah,
no,
because your intentions is all the way wrong when you
your intentions is off from the beginning.
from the
But if
beginning.
we just talking and we saying little nasty shit back and forth, that's cool. But don't come at me talking about you finna beat some shit out the frame, and then when we get together, the
What you
main thing that you do, like soon as you get it in there, you gone, you done, and I ain't
Mhm.
satisfied in the least bit.
what you say?
So
Don't
And then it
deliver.
don't be no foreplay.
Don't deliver. Don't deliver. Buddy ain't delivering.
And then,
So
like, y'all gotta stop watching porn, fellas.
yeah,
Okay, I don't want to
nephew.
say stop, but
no,
like,
I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna
that
say
shit is
this.
not
You
real
don't
life.
have to stop watching porn.
Don't stop
You
watching.
gotta stop. You gotta stop thinking that one, you're able to perform like porn, or the woman is
Or that
able
I
to
want you
perform
to.
like porn. That is edited.
It
That is not.
is. It's
That is
it,
not real
actually,
time. That is
it
not a
actually,
continual
it's not real life.
situation. It's not real life.
It's not
We
real
say these
life.
motherfuckers had to pause and take an aspirin and take some nothing.
Yeah, and then like no, and that should take hours to film. They stop, cut. Like it's not.
Get a breather. Take a shower.
Yeah, like y'all, come on. I don't, and then I don't want it to be feel like we constantly trying to one up one another. Oh, let me show you this.
so
Calm
so that's
down. Just calm down.
that's just the level of tears. That's what I'm saying. Like nephews, and listen up, nephews. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I used to be a nephew once upon a time. And I just will say this, it's so important to be able to connect with the woman, because a woman doesn't want you to not be connected. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, especially when it comes to having sex, your aim should be to please the woman. And so to me, you got to know the science and the body of a woman. Like, I can't really explain that no further. You really have to be really into it. So of course we know there's a lot of things out here in the world, and when a person is just not connected in the moment. And so especially on the first time, it's supposed to be unscripted. It's supposed to be, you know what I'm saying, like just raw and uncut. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily literally, but I'm just saying, like, it most definitely has to safe sex.
But also literally.
But also literally, yeah, with the right person, yeah, it's also literally. So
Right,
my thing
right.
is that when you get to that point, you know what I'm saying, you better be knowing how to please that woman, because if you sit up there thinking you about to, like, y'all say it, watching porn and think you about to bend her leg all the way back to her neck and spit on her face and all that, like,
Oh, they don't do not spit on me. Listen,
oh, see what I'm saying? See, he about to be killed on the first date messing with
talking
Auntie
about
Floyd.
fighting.
So, and then it's just certain stuff you shouldn't do. So for me, I just feel like every first day, especially if you're gonna have sex on the first day, and experiences, for me, it's like it's been cool. It's been wonderful. Wonderful, because I don't come with the intentions of, oh yeah, I'm just about to be there, I'm about to do this, I'm about to perform. It's just like, no, it's our energy, it's our chemistry. So
Yes,
you know
it's
what I'm
a
saying, for me as a
shared
grown man, I'm
experience.
about to make love
But
to you.
Stretch, you're not even that kind of dude. Like, that's not even how you present yourself to the world in
Yeah.
general. So I couldn't
As
even
what?
see. I would cackle
As what?
like a fucking hyena if somebody told me that's how you showed up to a date and that's how you was talking.
Showed up to a
Showed up
date
to
like how?
showed up to a date talking nasty like that, I'd be like, bro, stop lying on that man.
No, I'm not.
Stop lying on that man. He don't even
No,
present himself like that to the world. Stop lying on him.
Yeah,
I'm like, Stretch did not do that
I ain't
shit.
doing all that. Nah.
But the only reason I say that is
but-
based on your character in general. It would just be based on your character and how I know you.
Yeah, so
I would just literally be like, Stretch did not say no shit like that to you. Stop lying. Was y'all acting? Because if y'all was acting, then that might be one way.
Okay. Yeah, exactly.
But if y'all was just having casual conversation, that is not how that man present himself. So I wouldn't even believe no shit like that. But overall, I feel like how you show up for the date, like even when you're trying to make an impression, like your impression should not be the biggest impression you make should not be that you made it to my panties. That's not the biggest impression that you should be proud that you made. Like it really should be about your character or how you cared for me or how you were a gentleman with me or how you were able to tend to my needs. Like you saw me trying to get the waitress attention and you done got up from the table to go get her. Like those kind of things. Be fucking attentive because those kind of gestures and things like that. And some people are like, don't be so simple. Don't be so impressed by small things. No, it's not being impressed by small things. It is literally the fact that some people don't have to do the shit that they do, but they choose to do it because they are trying to show you a level of care. And some of us are so jaded that those good things or those beautiful things that somebody is doing annoys them.
Just hurt. Look, y'all do y'all shadow work, do y'all internal healing work before y'all go out.
So to me, like having, so me saying that, like having, like, the sex on the first date, we were highlighting having sex on the first date. I do feel like the highlight of it shouldn't be that you like made it to the girl's panties. I mean, for a sound grown man, that wouldn't even be a conversation. That just would be because it's a joyful experience. You know what I'm saying? Especially if y'all connected and vibing, and even got to a point where y'all got there. You know what I'm saying? This should just be like one of those little joyous occasions where we just conducting ourselves as mature men and women. So it's just like and then I think the intentions are different according to the person. I mean, sometimes people want a longevity of more of getting to know you before they even go there because it's something that they like about you, but the sexual chemistry has not hit them yet. So of course it's just so important to just know the chemistry. You know what I'm saying? No woman's body, fellas. Don't be coming before they come because that's a no.
Wow. Please. And I mean, okay, so I want to be fair. I want to be fair to the fellas, right? Sometimes, you might be a little surprised and it might not be what you expected. Okay? So I want to be fair. Maybe it's better than you expected and you like, oh shit, I can't.
Oh, got you.
Okay, but like, okay, but let it be a conversation. Be humble. Like, sometimes, like, the thing that pisses me off the most, like, if you come before I come, especially on the first time, is you thinking you did something.
Y'all letting these niggas think they did something. That's what it is. Because that's just unacceptable. Because before that nigga,
I ain't gonna let you think you did something.
And I feel like before he left the house, you should have let that nigga know that he wasn't hitting on nothing. Because niggas get cocky talk about, I beat that pussy up, didn't I? You be like, no, and didn't. Wasn't satisfied.
Or maybe you did. Maybe that is what you beat it up. And then
you heard it, gotta put a bandage on it, huh?
Yeah.
Wait, don't ever say that to me. I would be so pissed. Like, boy, what? Shut the fuck up.
Hey, listen.
I would be so mad. I would be so mad. Boy, you did what?
I swear.
Like, if you don't get your immature motherfucking ass out my face, I gotta put a band-aid on it. Sir, go to hell.
I didn't even know the part you was talking about. I would be pissed. Yeah.
Okay. Sir, go to hell. Okay. Because what?
But yeah, it's be humble and then don't stop. Like you need to continue.
To make sure you reach the goal.
Yes. Like it ain't just gotta be about penetration. Okay, you done, but I'm not.
You would just say,
So
go ahead and eat this
huh?
pussy. Listen.
Get creative. Reach into your bag. What else you got? You know?
You
And that,
suck toes? You suck toes? You suck toes?
but because even talking about like all of the things that could occur on the first date, like honestly, the biggest part of a first date or where all of the intention should be is to be on learning that person, understanding that
Yeah,
person, and having a
that
good time. So many people be so focused on
Sex.
everything else but having a good time. Like
right.
Uh-huh.
I think I went on a date some years ago and we went to like a fun center. And I had the time of my fucking life.
Mm-hmm.
Like I kept asking for tokens like I was a kid at Chuck E. Cheese.
I
Like,
love
can I get some more tokens? Like, cause I think he had the big ass bucket of tokens and shit, and all I really wanted to play was skee ball. I love
yeah,
skee
oh I
ball.
love skee ball. I ain't
I
played
love
skee
skee
ball
ball.
in
So
minutes.
shit, I'm finna play skee ball, and I'm finna play the little what's the game with the frogs or the fishing whatever. It's the fish, big fish or whatever. You gotta push the little thing to try to win 1,000 tickets or something. But
Mm-hmm.
it was a good ass time. Like it was no like it was fun and that was it. We went on about our merry little way. We had drinks, we had food, we had a good time being in there like big ass kids.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for that moment and that memory, sir.
Yeah, if
Because
we can take this
they,
date where I can be playful, because that's
yep,
something that's also hard for me to do. It is hard for me to be playful. And I value play, but it's difficult for me sometimes to get outside of my head. So if you can take me out of my head and we can do some shit that we running around and playing and listen, sign me up.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Sign me up.
bowling, bro. Let's go bowling so I
Oh,
could talk all the shit in
oh
the world, knowing I didn't hit 12 gutter balls and
boy,
I got 3 points. But I'm
I'm
finna talk shit
competitive.
like I got 300 points,
That's
okay?
right. Sure am. I'm gonna
Because
big
you're not
myself
finna
the
tell
whole
me
day.
otherwise.
The whole way.
But we had a good time and we up here living in the moment. Like we really did have a good time. So like I don't like all of that serious shit. Like my life serious enough. I got business and all that other kind of stuff. I want to have a good time. I do not want to have to focus on being present for all of the things
Yeah, a good
with
time is a
you.
must.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, let's have fun. It ain't got to be that deep. We can be as deep as a puddle together. It ain't got to be deep. Especially if it's a first
The
date.
first date. Yeah.
Yeah, some people approach a first date like it's about to be a marriage proposal or something.
Yeah.
We ain't getting married.
That's the standards now, And
Girl.
fellas,
What you talking about, Willis? What you talking about? The standards?
so crazy rich aunties, we talk about this sometimes. Just the unrealistic expectations. So we feel you fellas when you like we don't know what to do, or for the first date, sometimes when y'all are complaining because it is the like, they want to be flown out first date. Like, take me on vacation. And you know what I mean? Like, it'd be super, the younger generations. I don't feel like it's the millennials so much. But the standards are just, the expectations for the things are just a little different nowadays. So it ain't got to be all of that. Just,
So I know I don't know. I probably can't see the comments, but I know somebody out there in the universe is commenting saying, "Who's really dating anymore?" So Auntie Joy and Auntie Leo, can y'all kind of cover that scene for y'all ladies? Like who's really dating? Are you ladies still in the process of dating?
want to be.
You want to be, so you want to date. You just want it to be correct. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I want to actually date. So I feel like here and there it's like popcorn, but a lot of since I've been single, a lot of what I'm running into is not what I would consider a date, even in like, and again, it can be super simple. We can meet at the park and like, but it's the intention. A lot of things like nothing is intentional. Um, I've been running to a lot of like, let's just hang out at the house kind of thing. And it's like, no, like I want to go outside and do
You say you don't want to be inside the house.
I mean, sometimes I do, but I just feel like that's not first date. You know, that's not even maybe second date.
Yeah, that's trying to smash. That's trying to smash
Depending
the
on
first date.
right. And I feel like that's a lot of what, at least I'm gonna speak for me. That's a lot of what I run into. That's not everybody, of course not. But and then there have been a few dates, and the dates that I've had, the dates themselves have been great. Um, but then there's been some other like I wasn't able to really make connection. So it's like I'm looking for the whole piece, the pieces to be put together. But there are some men that are out there dating. Um, it's just not the same. And you know, it's just not the same.
Okay, that's fair.
You know. Maybe I'm old school in that way. I want a man to be a man in the sense of like take charge, plan the date. Like once you ask me what my schedule is, then don't keep like poking and prodding and beating. Like make a plan. Okay, this your schedule. Boom. We gonna go here, and yeah, we gonna meet the first time because you ain't coming to my house, right? So meet me here at 7 p.m. This is the kind of place we're going to. Tell me what to expect as far as attire. Bring me some flowers. Like, be thoughtful in this. And that's more the piece. It's less about where it is and more about the lack of intentionality, the lack of leadership.
The lack of being present in the moment. And if this is something that you really want to pursue, or if you looked at it like treasure, like a gem, how would you act? Act accordingly,
Yep. Because I need, like, I am the type of girl where I feel like I need you to be present and intentional. Like Joy just said, I need you to be present and intentional. And I need you to be intentional because I have the attention span of a toddler sometimes. So if you can't keep me engaged in the conversation or in the date, or it's just dry all the way around, it's gonna be a no for me, because why we just sitting here? And then the other part of it is, if I'm trying to engage and I'm all excited and I'm talking to you like I'm excited and fully engaged and all of this other kind of stuff, and you being dry, sir, get the fuck out of my face, Stanley. Because what? Why are you giving me that energy? What did I do to you? Am I boring you? Am I talking too much? Because if that's the case, say something.
Yeah. You know what else I've run into too? I had a really great date one time, and it was with an old friend. We went to high school together. I don't want to say an old friend. We went to high school together. We've known each other for a long time. Fantastic date. This is actually our third date. Mm-hmm. Great time. Mm-hmm. He was super engaged, but he also had this moment of like,
he would withdraw.
Huh?
I say he would withdraw.
No. Okay. It was actually quite the opposite, where he was just like, wow. And then he was like, you are a grown ass woman. Like, you a grown woman. Like, he kept saying that. I'm like, I don't know what to do with that. But it made me feel like this is too good to be true. And then things just fizzled from there. Like, he was just like, oh, I can't do all of it. And so I've run into that a couple of times where it's been like, oh, shit.
Yeah, because those are the kind of things. Remember, we talked about them triggers. It's gonna trigger somebody to do some shit that you didn't think you had to do, or show up in a space where you didn't think you had to show up anymore.
Yeah.
That's what that was. And then, cause sometimes that triggers people to believe that they can get like that they can't get away with the bare minimum, and that's what they showed up with.
Yeah. Yeah. And it'd be like, you know, the aesthetic would draw me in, and then like they're like, oh, like she really about something. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I
I'm a whole
like.
human being. I'm not just a big button and smile. Like I'm a person. So
That's
I'm
why I had to make a post.
say that. Don't come
That's all right, Joy. Do a 360 for us, Joy. Do a 360 now.
like don't come with that first date energy of like, you know, like y'all are dating real people.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like it's not a fantasy on a screen or whatever, or you know, you see somebody walk by and you create this story about who they are. Like we real human beings out.
And I think that's what people do a lot of times on social media, though. Like if you meet
Mm-hmm.
or connect with somebody via social media, you
Yes.
have this idea of them, and then they are on this pedestal, and then it's like, well, fuck.
See,
Yeah.
Because that
see,
happened to me before. Because
Mhm.
they saw me on like social media, and I was always kind of like quote unquote in boss mode. So I'm doing all of these things, showing up in this way, and they thought like I am this dominant person all the time. And I'm like,
No.
like, no, I'm a girl's girl. Like,
Mhm.
I just be in boss mode because I have to be, sir. That is not where I want to be.
Right.
I am a boss baby. Understand me correctly. When I'm in boss mode, I'm in boss mode. But when I'm done, baby, I need you to baby me.
Yes.
I want all of the kisses and hugs and all of that other good shit
You can
too.
go on and pick me up. That's okay.
Listen, if you could, I would allow you to, okay, and put me on your hips, sir. Because
Mhm.
wait,
Mm-hmm.
like, no, I am that girl. I am a
Yes.
softie.
Mm-hmm.
I just got called that last night, a softie.
And I want to, if I'm with my person, you know, somebody I'm dating or I'm in a relationship, that's where I want to be the softest.
Yep, I want to be my softest self with you.
Yeah, please don't bring like expecting me to be armored up all the time. No, I'm trying to like
I'm trying to let my nervous system relax.
listen.
Because I want to be able to take a nap with you and not be up here scared that you finna steal everything out my house.
That or just like that your intentions ain't pure. You know
That's
what I mean? Like just and I want you and I want to create that same space for you as well.
Yep. I know for me, I just want my space with the person I'm dating to feel a level of comfort. Like, I don't always want to be cute. Like, I saw a video and the dude was talking about let her be
Let
ugly.
her be ugly. I'm so glad you brought that up. I have been thinking about that all day.
Didn't you mention that the other day or
now,
something?
I've been
see now, I got a comment. Uncle Stretch got to get in this thing. So this is what I have found, and just me being the genuine individual, the man that I am. Okay, I find that women sometimes are not comfortable with their natural selves. So, you know, me as a man, I get that you can have braids. Underneath those braids is real hair. Maybe short, maybe long, maybe medium. You know what I'm saying? But just embrace your the naturalness and your beauty. You know what I mean? It's understood that you're a woman and, you know what I'm saying, you're feminine. So you might do the lashes and the nails and, you know, glitz and glamour. But when that's all said and done, and you get to a space that where you're in the presence of a man, you should feel that safety, you know, and security and that love and that peace and that thing to where you can be yourself. You can be yourself and
Depends on the
contribute.
man.
Yeah, and so it's our job as men to be able to love on you and your authentic natural self. Because if a man cannot love you in that image and love you like that, of course, you know, infidelity gonna start taking place. He gonna go over on the Becky with the good hair because yours might be a little coarse.
Because coarse hair is still good hair, though. Come on now.
It is. Now I'm not. Now I will say that. But you know, some people have this idea of they're so programmed to be commercialized and in this propaganda that women are supposed to be looking this way all the time. You know what I'm saying? And they set the images to high standards of, women that are in the entertainment industry. You know what I'm saying? Like, you think, the most popular Beyonce look the way she look all the time, or, what I'm saying, Nicki Minaj, or, Megan Thee Stallion, they look this way, waking up, and it's just not a realistic view. So it's just like, do you women have a thing when you're with men or when you're dating, like the issue with embracing your natural self or letting a man
Hell
see
no.
No,
Like,
no.
that's one of my things. Like, when I do go on a first date, like, if you've already known me, then you know me. So, like, the first date is, I'm still gonna be a little cutesy because it's a first date, because the
Right.
impression is still to be set, even though you already know me. But, like, on a day to day, like, I am really not. That's why I tell people, like, get to know me outside of social media. Because if you see me, like, 90% of the time, I am so regular. And
Mm.
it'd be so funny when people, like, do see me and I'm regular. They like, oh. And I'd be like, oh, what? Because I'm like, even, and the funnier thing about it to me is that I always feel like I'm regular. Or,
Hmm.
like, I be
Because you are
cute.
showing up as yourself, even if you do decide to put on some lashes and some makeup and whatever, you are still showing up as yourself. That's
Mhm.
just a
Enhance.
version, so to speak, of who you are. Like, this
Yeah.
is just where I'm at today. Like, if I feel like
Yeah.
I want to wear my red boss lady lip to work, that's how I'm showing up to work, and that's what my clients gonna get that day. But like, if I want to just put on some lip gloss, this is what we're doing today. And I might put my hair up in a messy bun and have on some leggings and a sweatshirt. And this is how your midwife is showing up today. And I take that same approach with relationships. Like, this is where I am. Like in that video that Tiff was talking about, let her be ugly. Dude was talking about how women, the creative energy, how much it takes for us to be creative. And so it's a little different than fellas because, like, we are the original creators in the sense of like growing humans in our womb. Like, we create life, womb owners. I want to try to be inclusive here. Um, so
Woman.
that shit's exhausting. When you every month your body is preparing to host a human being, we ain't even talking about, we ain't even getting to like regular life stuff. It's exhausting. And so what he was saying was like, let her have those moments where she ain't gotta be on that all the time. She ain't gotta be on. She can just be
Oh.
in the sense of she got on her sweatpants today. And Tiff was like, I'm just letting my girls be free today. Like,
Period.
let me be honest
Cause
all week. Okay. This has been my week of ugly. Every day I've been like, I'm about to let this hair do whatever it's gonna do. And we're going to work. We ain't got no makeup on. Maybe a little bit of mascara. And we wearing leggings all week. This is what we're doing. This is where I'm at. I'm no less who I am though. I'm no less capable of loving you and helping you feel seen. Like, I'm just not.
I'm no less capable of loving on you or glowing. Cause
Yeah.
I feel like I glow more when I am my comfortable self.
Yes.
Like, when I have to, like, even when I go out, and this is something that I am learning about myself, is that I think I have a bit of social anxiety now, because when I get out, it just be like, okay,
I
my
think we
meter's
all do
ticking.
post COVID.
And then, yep, and then now I'm ready to go. And so it'd be like, okay, now I didn't got all dressed up and I didn't came outside. And yes, I want to be pretty for you. Cause I want you to see me in all my broody.
Lord,
But
right.
at the same time, like, when I go home and take all of that off, like, don't be disappointed. Like, sir, I make it a point for somebody to see me
Mhm.
regular on a consistent basis, because, sir, when I do it up, I do it up. But you get to see me regular all the time. This is who
Well, I
I
need you to
am.
appreciate both of those. You know,
Yeah, because if
be
if
that
I'm
person.
comfortable with being ugly around you, sir, that says a lot about you. That means that my energy I'm able to be comfortable. I'm able to wind down and be in your presence without having to perform. Because like you said, Joy, she doesn't have to be on all the time. Do you know how much I have to be on? Like, I record 3 times a week. Do you know how much onness that is?
Okay, so Uncle Stretch, do you hear that as, because I don't think I've ever had this directly said to me, but I've certainly had conversations with my friends where their person has been like, well, the rest of the world gets the best of you and I kind of get the leftovers. And like, that's so not it. That's not it. This is my safest place. Like, outside of myself, this is my safest place. And so I am in this space, I can be all the things. I can't be all the things in the world. So right here, I can be all the things. So is that like a turn off for you? So since we're talking about first dates, if a woman showed up to a first date, because look, I ain't gonna hold you. I have gone on a first date in my kicks and my leggings and a cute little top and a ball cap with some lip gloss on. Because like, that's where I was at. It's comfortable. We ain't doing nothing too crazy, too fancy. We chilling at the hookah bar. Okay. So like, is that like, how you feeling? Where you at?
Well, I think that when you when you love a woman, or when you have interest, or care or concern for that woman, or even on the pursuit of getting to know her a little bit better, because you guys have probably already went through a phase, I think it's important to accept her as she arrives. Now, not to say that you just arrived just misplaced, but that's where you were feeling today. We're at a hookah bar, so I'm not expecting you to dress in stilettos and then, you know what I'm saying, having a lace and a trench coat and to get all fancy with the hair and the lashes and all that. You know what I mean? So however you're feeling is how I want you to show up, because I want you to show up as your authentic self. I want you to show up as if you were showing up for yourself, because you still have to present yourself and show up for you, to be present in the moment. And so being present in that moment, I'm going to be able to adore you in that baseball cap, you know what I'm saying, them leggings and that nice top, because you was creative with it. You was thoughtful. It had color. It had vibe. It had flair to it. So I'm excited to see you in the different aspects of who you are. And I know that you're not defined in this one particular space, this one particular sense of fashion, or this one particular sense of genre. So, yeah.
I love that.
Stretch.
I know, right? That was great. Dang, what was I about to say? I love that you said, because you still want to show up for you. I think that's so important, because taking that into consideration, because that will tell me, I hope that we are all doing that. Like, how do I checking in with yourself first? How do I want to feel? How do I want to present myself to this person? And if you are showing up as a man to a date, and you, like we was talking about earlier, you just put your cologne and your weed over your funk. How do you feel about you?
Yeah, boy.
Do you care about you?
Right. So so to me, it's important not to, and it's hard that people do in the world now, but I've learned this too, because sometimes as men we do it to like try to put on a facade, try to be, put a more flair to it, you know what I'm saying, do something a little extra to just impress the lady. And then ladies sometimes try to do it I just don't like facades when you come in to date. It's like, be yourself. Like, don't come with the intention like I'm gonna poke my booty out a little bit more to see if he really watching, or I'm just gonna intentionally try to entice him. Hopefully he's looking at my titties because I'm moving them side to side. Like, just be yourself. Now, if that's how you are, who you are, that's who you are. But don't try to come with a facade, and then when we get in a relationship or get involved, then those components don't come with you, because
now you don't never show your cleavage.
It was like, man, well, you don't do that. Why you all covered up like a nun today, baby?
Well, where are these turtlenecks come from?
Yeah. So it's just
it was the first day I put on a tank top. Me and the girls had to show up.
I mean, that's fine, but
No,
it's
I'm
like
just playing. I'm just
be,
playing.
you know what I'm saying? Be yourself, and
Yeah.
don't come with the intentions on trying to be somebody other than you, because that is gonna be figured out, because you don't know who you dating, what who you dealing with, might have some spiritual gifts, so might be able to see right through that buffoonery. So it's like you gonna come here and try to pretend to be something that you're not, and it's just, especially when a person tries to pretend, because back in the day, when I feel like when I was younger, like high school days, it was more like we was like trying to date over the phone. We probably would see each other, but like it's our first time vibing and talking on the phone. And then it's like when I hear you on the phone, you just more like, you're trying to be all soft and all that. But then we in school, it's like, fuck you, nigga, like back your ass up. Like I'm like, man,
I mean, because
our motherfuckers with fake accents. They're talking about, that there. And then when I get to see you, be like, that over there.
Because over the phone, I got to put on. Now,
Well, look, it might depend on the time of day.
It might be the mood.
Time of day.
So if we in the mood and so it's understood that we in the mood, we talking all sexy, trying to get all fresh. It's a certain tone you have. You feel what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, being in your present self, like you trying to present you to me, and you saying that this is you. And then when I'm interacting with you, this is really not the vibe that I was getting. So it's like, if you was a chameleon, just say that.
I know, because I could be girl 6, but then I could be one of the bros. You know what I'm saying? Just depending on the mood. And I could, like, I think we was that Tuesday, and I was like, well, once I'm comfortable with you, or when I feel safe enough with you, yeah, like I'm gonna be a whole goofball. And Ramita was one of the main people in the comments talking about goofball.
And you know what? I feel that though, Leo. Let me be my full self.
Because
show up like that.
Because I'm a weirdo, like low key, and that's what a lot of people don't know. I'm the girl that be cleaning up, and I might come out the room in some cowboy boots, a graduation gown, and some tassels on my boobs, and you like, what the fuck is this? Well, I was in there cleaning up, and I kind of found all of this, and I just put the shit on. That's generally how I am. Like, I will find a wig and put the fucking wig on while I'm cleaning up, and when I'm done,
I clean however you like.
Listen, and when I'm done, I'm finna come in here and sit on the couch like ain't shit wrong. And ain't nothing happened. It has happened on a number of occasions.
But it's like, can your crazy match my crazy?
Listen, can it? Because I don't need you to be like, the fuck? I need you to continue to act normal, because this is my normal.
Yeah, you just be like, damn, you found some shit, huh? You know what I mean? Make it a conversation.
And then you going on about your way, and I'm like, I gotta find that video. But it's a dude, he is always dressed up like a Ninja Turtle or something, and then he always pull, like, his wife will get to going off on him. They be doing little skits, but it'd be so funny, because he got this big ass Ninja Turtle head, and he wears it out, or he's like a big Harry Potter fan. That man will go out with his Harry Potter cape on, or a little, he'll have his wand in his pocket and shit. And then when his wife get to talking crazy to him, he pull his Men in Black little thing out his pocket, zap her ass, and be like, "Be quiet. We finna go get this pizza." And then she be like, "All right." And then they going on about they married little way. But cute. When I say he is such a weirdo, like his room, the last one that I saw, I don't even know that man's name, but when they pop up, I always watch it. But he had a whole little like weirdo game comic book room. And he was sitting in there with his Ninja Turtle head on, drinking, watching Ninja Turtles. And that's what I mean. Let me be my full self.
There's somebody for everybody. They say that all. There's somebody for everybody.
Let me be my full self. Let me sit in here and just be chilling.
Yeah, the beautiful part of all of that is that he is giving her a choice to love him. You're like, yo, this is who I am. Sometimes I like to sit in the room watching Ninja Turtles with a Ninja Turtle head on my head.
I gotta find him. Hold on. I'm gonna see if I can find him.
He like take it or leave it, and she's taking it, and I love that for him.
Well, she says she's gonna stick beside him.
You never
Period.
know though what people will rock with. I always appreciate when a person. Um, so you do want to not get too personal, but I do appreciate somebody that can put their cards on the table. And like the last actual date I had um was a great date. We went to brunch, beautiful restaurant, like great conversation. There was laughter, it was easy. I felt comfortable. But I do appreciate like we talked about some real shit and it gave me some insight on like, this ain't what I want to sign up for. Right. And so I was able to say that, like, yo, I think you are really great. And I don't want to sign up for this kind of struggle. Like I don't have capacity for this particular thing. So like you give people a choice, but there is somebody else that will have capacity for that,
Mm-hmm.
and will be able to like rock with him until he get that shit figured out. But
Mm-hmm.
give me a choice. Don't hide your cards. I mean, yeah, don't be telling me it's good and all of that and complaining about the bill, but there is some shit that is appropriate. Like, show me who you are and what your um struggles in the sense of like, I don't know.
So to me, it's like really, to the nieces and nephews out there, it's just being your authentic self. And I think that when we focus more on being on the best versions of ourselves and the best representations of ourselves, because this is what we're presenting, to market, to say, hey, this is my product and service, and this is what I have, and this is me authentically. So it's so important to show up as you, because it's going to be figured out if not. And so be comfortable in that, because it may work. It might be a date to be like, hey, you, and I'm me, and I think we could be friends, but dating towards like relationship or marriage is probably out, because you wear, stuff in Ninja Turtles or whatever. But, but, I just think it's so important to be able to, for fellas, have preparation for the date. And I think for both individuals, like I said, we constantly keep saying it,
Be
be
present.
present, be in the moment. Because if I'm having a date with you and then you're not paying attention to the conversation, or I'm talking about some real life stuff, or even trying to get to know you, like what's your favorite food, and you over there like this,
Are giving one word answers.
tacos. Well,
Hmm.
you know what? And then you want to get engaged. I like tacos with cilantro, and what I'm saying, like I just want you to be engaged in the moment. Sometimes for me, especially on the first date, like unless it's an emergency and you a single parent of 18 kids, you know what I'm saying? Like listen, it's a time reserved for us to have this moment. And so, to be on your phone too much is a little rude, you
Yeah,
know
it's
what I'm saying?
disrespectful.
So I
Hmm.
know where your mind is at. So I feel like even if we're in a relationship and you get bored, you get, so it's like just constant communication, getting to know each other and being present in the moment. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. It's that the art of conversation. I think that is so lost. Like people don't communicate and don't know how to communicate. And so a lot of
Mhm.
folks don't know how to ask open-ended questions. One thing that I despise, um, a lot of men that I have encountered, instead of saying, "How was your day?" or "How are you today?" it is, "So you had a good day? You
Mm,
good today?"
mm,
And as a woman, like there is baggage up under that, especially, as a woman, we are always a lot of times challenged to like
yeah.
be pleasing and be the man's piece. And so then I like really push up against that because maybe I didn't have a good day today. And owe you having a good day. And so like, don't ask me that if you don't really have the capacity for me to be like, you know what? Actually, my day was really rough.
Yeah, I think that's a thing to kind of just rush into a conversation. It's like some people rush, have conversations without the level of importance. And so when you're trying to get to ask, a woman, especially somebody that you're dating, like how was your day? How are you? I think to try to mentally check in on each other is so necessary and so important in the dating process, and even in any type of construct of a relationship. If a person cares for you, they'll make time to check in via text, via phone call, via Facebook, via Instagram, whatever platform, that you have. Shout out to StreamYard. But whatever platform that you have, you'll be able to have that communication of really genuinely get to know, like, because I'm an Aquarius, so my whole mode, and I'm not, it's not to be all into the zodiacs, but I'm just, state I'm an Aquarius man. So, I have to have stimulated conversations. And so I really am interested in you. So I want to know how you're feeling, how you're doing, what's going on, because that will guide me and navigate me into the type of conversations and topics we need to have. How can I assist in helping you have a better experience with what you're dealing with? Or is there anything that I can do that will make you like feel better? Because if you're not present as yourself and you're not feeling good and feeling confident and feeling loved and feeling secure and feeling sexy, then how am I, what I mean? I got something. Then for me, it's like I got a lot of work to do now. Because now I gotta, and so happiness is a state of being. You can't, make a person be happy and force it. They gotta choose that. So it's like one of those things that is so important. It's just mentally checking in, before you start off with other conversations. It's so important. Because some people could be numb and struck with tragedy or trauma. So you ask them how they're doing. I'm okay. You know what I mean? Like low tone. Well, it's just a rough day.
If it's that bad, I'm not gonna show up. I'm gonna reschedule, especially if you're talking about a first date. But like it also is a gift though when you ask me how my day is, and if I say it wasn't so great, but you also get to see how I can rally, right? If I had a really shitty day, but I still
showed up and was present. Yeah, we're gonna have a better day when you're here now. So what we're
and
gonna
I'll
do
still
is
put my good shit on.
yeah, you feel me? So yeah, we're gonna change the narrative.
That means I really like you, and I want to try my best to show up for you.
Yeah, so now the charm and charisma that you ladies is looking for is in full effect. Because now it's just like, yeah, I'm interested to see how you're doing, but sitting up here, if I see that you've had a not so good day, and that's okay, you know what I mean? You're still present. It's just I appreciate you showing up. In the midst of you not having a good day, I appreciate you showing up. But guess what? We're about to have a great time. So I heard that when we talked on the phone the last time, you like Patron on ice. So let me go to you some Patron and let's have a conversation.
Let me unwind from this shitty.
Yeah, get you some limes.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And then if I show up and I'm like I did have a shitty day and I still show up for you, not only does that mean I like you, it just also means that you make me feel comfortable enough to be willing to still be like, you know what, this not even about me at this point. It's about the person that I'm going to spend time with. And so yeah, even if you give me the room to vent and talk about my day, I'm gonna try my best to keep it short because I don't want to ruin the mood of the conversation or the time that we're spending together, because that's what my focus should be
on the day. But you know what's really like, I really value a man that can hold that space. And again, it's not going to be the whole conversation, and I may not even want to talk about it simply because you have just taken a moment with me to acknowledge it's been a really hard day. Like maybe you give me a hug and we can decompress, and then like I can let that shit go.
Maybe that's what the fuck I need, a hug.
Yeah, I can let that shit go. I don't even got to talk about it. But because you have taken a moment to be present with me, for me, and acknowledge that this is a rough ass day, and I don't feel like I gotta front and put on for you.
So that's where the notion, I guess, the misconception, or if you will be, because it's like now I'm just saying this. Like I get it. Sometimes you may not be having a good day, but I just think it's so important, especially on the first date, to show up. Don't, show up less baggage as possible, and I get it. Some people don't come with personal baggage to the business, but you come with your feelings and present that type of energy to somebody, and then now we got to sit up here and play, pick up the charades and riddles and puzzles and figure out how, it's going to navigate from here. So I feel like on the first day, like you said, if you're feeling so down or so bad, you'll reschedule. Don't come to the first day and then you're just not in the mood. You know what I mean? Because it's like if you can't transition, because I can also appreciate you saying that, hey, how are you? Today was kind of rocky. Well, I'm glad that you're here. Let's just have a good first date and, we'll check in later. I'll check in on you later. But
wait, I got a video.
Okay, let's go ahead. Let's show it.
It's kind of what we talking about. Is like how people show up or whatever. But that's real funny. Hold on. It's funny to me. I'm going to just say that.
Y'all. Here we go.
I have to be honest with you, baby. I lied.
I saw that when you posted earlier and tickled me because I tell you, that's what it'd be like out here.
I have to be honest with you, baby. I lied. What? Because listen, but also like when we talk about leading up to the first day, I played this video on Tuesday, but I could not play it on tonight either.
Fuck your favorite color. Have you ever fist fought your mom? Because you're not gonna be beating me up. You hear what I'm saying? Have you ever seen a healthy relationship ever in your life? Once, maybe twice. What is a healthy relationship to you even?
It was have you ever fist fought your mom?
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Cause
I feel like if you a fist fight your mama, you'll fist fight anybody.
Any damn body, okay?
Yeah.
Cause it got to be some level of respect. And if you ain't respecting your mama, you damn sure ain't fit to be respecting me.
That's wild. Yeah. Yeah, you can tell that on the that's crazy.
And I found my other video.
Here
we go. Let's drop it.
I found my other one. Here we go. This the dude with the Ninja Turtle head.
Oh, here we go.
I got a couple of his.
Your discretion is advised, fellas.
I'm gonna play this one and then another one.
Don't do this at home.
I know you're not going to go pick up the pizza wearing that.
Yeah. Make sure we get a great pizza.
What you mean? We're gonna have a great pizza. Like, you don't need to wear that. Please take it off.
Nah, we'll get a better pizza. I pull up with this on. You can't give Mikey a bad pizza. And if they do, boy, they don't want no problems.
Yeah, you're tripping. And then you're drinking wine. Like, you're doing too much.
I'm having one cup of wine, like you said.
I know that is not your one cup.
What, right here?
What other big cup is there? I just know that's not your cup.
You're right. That is my cup. But listen, you're running out of time. Right now, you're running out of time. Because really, you're running out of time.
I'm running out of time.
Yeah.
You tripping. You need to go take that thing off your head.
You're right.
And honestly, and you do not definitely don't need to drink all that wine. This whole I'm out of time stuff. Did you really just reset the sand thing to shade the sand? I'm out of time.
Let me talk to you.
You really doing?
So I'm getting ready to go grab our pizza. Don't touch my my cup of wine. I'm gonna make sure we get the best pizza ever, and I'm gonna actually order you some coffee. So guess what? Let's have a great day, okay? I love you.
Okay.
That's actually really cute.
It's always her.
I love his Ninja Turtle head. It looks so realistic.
It's always her. Okay. At the end, after he done quote unquote zapped her ass. That shit be tickling me.
For real. That's what that means. He a little left of center. He's a nerd. He's a nerd.
Listen.
Love that for him.
And those are the ones that get me. And I be like, oh my God.
I can totally see how this is working for her. I can totally.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's the part for me. It's like when people be talking about black women don't like nerds, that's a
We
fucking lie.
do.
Black women don't like assholes. We love a nerd.
Love a
And
nerd.
let me tell you why. If you are a nerd, show up that way, sir. Because that is working for you for somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And people, like, I know for me, I love nerds because the way they brain actually work is like fucking out of this world.
Mm-hmm.
But also because nerds don't try to fit into a standard about shit.
They don't. And being a nerd don't have to look like wearing a Ninja Turtle head and having
It don't.
wizard shit and like you can nerd out about anything.
But
Like,
if you do, oh my God.
but if you do, let me see.
Listen, because give me one too. Or better yet, let me go put this jacket on and be April O'Neil on your ass. Because,
Come on.
what are we doing? You got the right one, baby.
Ooh wee. Ooh
Cause
wee.
what?
Promise.
And then, like you said, Joy, a dude can nerd out about anything. Like I think the first time I dated a nerd, I was like, oh my God.
It'll get me.
Yeah.
I feel like that's all I've relationships. I've only been in relationships with nerds.
So we were
They like
dating,
my kryptonite.
and after a while, like I didn't know initially that he had Asperger's. But
Mm.
he ended up telling me that, like, this is why I
Fascinating.
am this way and this is why I am that way, da 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 da. And I was like, oh, okay, okay. And so the more we dated, the more I realized that he was a documentary hip hop nerd. So
Mm.
like we would be having conversations and he would go off on these tangents. And when I say tangents, I mean full throttle
Burgers. Oh yeah.
tangents about hip hop. And I would be like, damn, I didn't even know that shit.
Mm.
And then he was really a big Wu-Tang fan
And you
too.
gonna teach me something?
Baby, listen. So when the Wu-Tang series came out, we would watch the series and
Release.
then
Go ahead. My sis knows. Okay.
Oh man. Yeah.
But he was we watched the Wu-Tang series, and then every time we watched it, he would be like, that's not even how that happened, and this, that, and the third, or whatever, because this person wasn't even part of the Wu-Tang clan at this time or at that time neither, because and I'll be like, boy, was you there? But I love yeah.
They will go.
But that's the other thing too. It's the passion in what they know about what they know. And so a lot of it's a dude I know that like we've never dated, but when I tell you this man be geeking out over computers, and I'm like, oh my God, that is the sexiest shit ever. But it is.
You get
Show me you passionate about something.
Yes. Woo.
Show me you passionate about something, baby, because boy, I'm finna let me not even tell my business.
Listen.
The way I'm finna show up for you because you passionate in that space.
I'm trying to tell you.
You want to go bowling, baby? I'm finna get us some shirts.
Yeah. Matching
What?
Oh yeah, funny.
Cause what?
Funny.
And they're gonna be soft too.
Listen.
You got to have a bowling bag and it's gonna be engraved.
Period. And I'm finna get it embroidered like a motherfucker. You
And
said what? I'm finna go get you one of them little towels.
See, not the towels.
I'm finna go get you one of them little towels, and I'm finna go get you the gloves and shit.
And them towels gonna be infused with a good old scent. It might be a little lavender oil.
Listen, something to make you concentrate better.
Come on.
a little eucalyptus and spearmint.
Yes.
Something calming. Baby, listen, because you talking about let me cater to you.
Listen,
Baby,
and
this
you
is
might
your
get a little
day.
note in your bag every week before you go to the bowling.
Period.
And I'm gonna be
And
ready
I'ma
for you to
already
get
have your
home.
lanes paid for when you
Boom.
get there a time or two. Okay.
And
When
when
he
you get
get here,
home,
get him
we got
whatever
to do.
lane he want.
Yes.
Period.
And if you hurt
Cause
yourself, I'm gonna run you a bath with some Epsom salt.
period. And I'm
And
finna
let
massage
you
them fingers so they work
in.
for me and for bowling. Oop.
And so,
Put them motherfuckers in that paraffin wax. Sir, we was about to have a time. Like,
come up there.
listen, dip,
Come
dip.
up there.
Okay.
What was the Mary Kay? What was it called, y'all? The hand
Um,
The Mary Kay.
for the hands. What was it
yep,
called?
because
No,
they got
I
it for
think
the
that's
hands
soft
and the
and
feet.
skin, soft and something
Not skin
silky.
so soft.
It was something.
Um,
Oh
what's
Dang.
that
shit.
stuff
Hold
from
on.
Avon?
Uh-uh.
It wasn't skin so soft.
Was it
That
Avon?
was
I don't know. It was something for the hands. It was
now I know what you talking about.
Mm, I can't even remember. But all of that.
Mm, mm.
You gonna get it
Wow.
all. Show me your passion and watch me.
Satin hands. That's what it was called.
Satin hands. Yep.
Satin hands.
Y'all
It
bogus for
don't
that.
bother me. Thank
Y'all bogus for that.
you. Mm-hmm.
Now that was the shit that it came in like a 3 or 4 piece set
Yep.
and it had different
The
parts
little
to it.
hand treatment.
And y'all, it's a hand treatment. Oh, listen, I used to use that on
Mm.
my ex on his hands and his feet.
Yep.
Cause they got a mint one for the feet. It's like a mint foot cream or something.
Mm-hmm. Little
So I
detox.
would do the satin hands on the feet and then do the mint cream. Man, listen. When I tell you when I've been lover girl mode, baby, it ain't shit that
Try
you
me. It
ever
ain't
gonna have to
nothing.
worry about, sir. When I tell you you're taken care of, you're taken care of.
Love it, love it.
Man, I miss that shit.
Mm-hmm.
So do y'all
Soon
do
come,
do
soon
y'all do
come.
gift exchanges on first dates?
Gift exchanges. I've never done that before.
Yeah,
I
it's
would be
on here.
open to it if that was
If
a
that's something we talk
conversation.
about and agree upon, hell yeah, I'll show up with a little
I'd be open
gift.
to it. Yep.
Yeah,
I'll
Especially if
show
it
up
was
with a little
a game.
gift.
Like, can I, if we made it a game, like, is this a challenge? Can I pick something out for you that you like really would enjoy?
okay.
Hmm.
Let's bring out my competitive side. Like, oh,
Right, and that would really show how much you was really listening to me when we was talking.
mm-hmm.
Because was you listening or was you just saying, "That's crazy"? That's
Ooh,
crazy.
I can't stand that.
What? That's crazy. I
Yeah.
hate that with a passion.
It is
Don't
not
that's
cute to
crazy
be
me to death.
nonchalant, fellas. Don't be
You,
nonchalant.
you
I'm
said
being
fellas.
sure.
You said fellas gonna be what now?
Don't be
Nonchalant.
nonchalant. Like that is so not
You better chalant.
chalant. I want all the
Nah.
chalantness.
I want all the fucking chalant,
Chalant
sir.
me to the damn cows come home. Okay.
Period.
And don't just stop that after we get past the dating stage. Oh, I wanted to ask y'all this earlier. It just came back to me. So we keep using this word dating.
Mm-hmm.
How do you all define dating? Because I feel like everybody's definition is a little different these days.
Hmm.
Can be a little different. How do y'all define dating?
So one thing that my therapist and I went over was what are the stages for you?
Come on, therapist.
So you got to figure out how the stages work for you and if
Mm-hmm.
they line up with the person that you're talking to. And that's why I like the questions that I was talking about that I asked on Tuesday. That's why I ask questions because, like, bruh, you got to know who you dealing with and if that's lining up. So
Mm-hmm.
me, it is um. So there's the level of interest is first,
Right.
and then talking is second. Um, I
Oh,
would say,
talking. You took it old. So I feel like that's old school.
yeah, that's very old school
Mm-hmm.
because like we not actually doing nothing. Like we just having conversations and
Mm-hmm.
getting to know each other. I would say courting. talking and courting is similar to one another. Similar,
Really,
not the
now
same.
courting to me is really serious.
Yeah,
Wait,
courting
so
is
listen,
what
I
the
say similar.
intention.
I say similar because there is an intent when you are like talking. There is an intent. There
Mhm.
is there's a bit of seriousness there because you are making a concerted effort to communicate with me, to allow me in your space for me to get to know you and things like that. So then um dating, cause see, dating ain't courting.
It's not. Mm-mm.
It's not.
So
No, not.
dating to me is beyond the talking phase. Dating is like now we're actively out and about. We are participating in activities. We are
Mhm.
participating in doing things out and about with each other. We don't have no problem with being seen. But then the courting phase is before the relationship. So it's courting and we are really serious about each other. I would say that's when you get to more exclusive dating
Mhm.
and then a relationship. Because
Okay.
exclusive dating ain't a relationship either.
No, so I think that so like courtship, like Joy had kind of like stated, I think it's a more with more serious intent, and it's more traditional than dating. It's like with having basically the end goal of marriage.
Mhm.
So courting is to me, in my opinion, is just a setup. We're dating, we went past the dating phases and all that. So now we're courting, to gear towards marriage. So, you know what I'm saying? We're preparing ourselves for the stages of we're in a more serious stage of our relationship. And now it's time to decide, hey, are we moving in with each other? How are we planning to do it? We have children apart, all that kind of factors kind of go in. So the dating, I think, comes before the courting. Because once you're courting, I think you reach a certain level of phase in the dating scene. And so it's more serious with this hint of this is my person
Mhm.
and this is we're rocking out. And this is almost like an engagement, a long time engagement.
Yeah.
Like because you have the intentions of we're courting, we're getting married. Like, you know what I'm saying? This is the engagement date, then this is the marriage date. So yeah, I think that dating first and then the
Yeah,
courting.
because I'm court. I desire ultimately to be courted, and
Mhm.
that is my idea of courting as well. So if we're courting, I'm thinking like you are looking at engagement rings, and we are like figuring out living situations and all of that. For
Mhm.
sure. Leo, that's a good your therapist. Shout out to your therapist.
Yeah, shout out to the therapist.
Oh
So,
yeah, well she made me figure out what that looks like for me, and that's how I had to break it down to her. That was one of my homework assignments was to figure out what dating looks like for me,
Mhm.
and the breakdown was what I gave her was this is what it is, this, and then this.
Yeah.
Um,
so,
I
so really,
haven't made it past.
But I feel like I
I
ain't made
haven't
it
made
to
it
like
past the
really
dating
hard
part.
core.
okay. So I just kind of, since we talked about that, I want to kind of read this kind of, this kind of thing. It's on wikihow.com. Just something I got to shout out to sources. So when I was kind of stating something that's not my own, because I ain't, trying to get sued for plagiarism. But it talks about things that you should know when it comes to the key differences between dating and courting. So I'm gonna just read 3 bullet points, and it says that courtship is more serious and traditional than dating. It involves getting to know your partner with the expectation that marriage is the end goal. Now, dating is a broad term that can mean many things, including casual dating, hooking up, or being in a long-term relationship. Couples who are courting often seek input and advice from their family or spiritual leaders throughout the relationship. So those just 3 of the 9 keys. If you want to check that out, go to wikihow.com, WIKI how.com, and you can get those little key differences. But, just to state 3.
Hmm. Okay. I think about it in that more traditional. I think I don't know. It's difficult to be.
Because when you court somebody, you probably is bringing them around mom and daddy and kids. You don't reach a certain phase where they know that this is a person of interest. This is your person. This is your man, your woman, your girlfriend, your fiance. So it's like really moving to a different phase where I kind of brought out like spiritual leaders, and some people are like, hey, we're going to church. I want you to meet my pastor. I want us to do this marriage counseling, beforehand, or whatever. So I just feel like it's a certain phase when you in court. Because some people you date don't get to meet your mother, your father, your kids, your sister, your brother, your best friend. They don't get to even get past that stage because y'all went on a few
You might
days.
not even be mentioned.
Yeah, you feel me? So
Yeah.
it's a huge difference between dating and courting. So
Uncle Stretch, tell us, like, I am curious. I don't know if you are too, Leo, but and I don't want to put you in a position to speak for all men, but just if you have an idea, if you and the fellas are having conversation, like, do y'all want courtship and relationship and marriage in that way? I wonder about that. Like, but it seems like there's such a divide. We all know that, right? Between men and women. They're so like, men don't do this and women don't do that. And like, but like, really, do y'all desire to be in deep relationship in that way?
I mean, I'll speaking, because it's kind of like a thing, you can speak for the generalized population of men and real men, and I don't say that as an insult, but some people haven't reached a level of manhood because I think there's even different stages. Sometimes you can be mature in manhood. It's some things that you could be mature in, there's things that you can keep learning and growing in. So I just feel like with men, I think it's especially when you find that person. It's to date into court. You see what I'm saying? It's most definitely to date into court. That's the expectation of sitting up here to have marriage. So I believe that most men want to be in a situation to where they are engaged with the woman for the marriage as the goal. You know what I mean? Like however that looks, like we can date, we can, kick it, get to know each other and do some things. And then, of course I want to make you my wife. I want to make you my person. So I think that generally speaking, men are into settling down with the right person. However, there is another category of men that are just they've probably been through a phase of marriage. They probably have been through certain phases in relationships. And what they're interested in is dating and get to knowing, having this long-term friend with benefit or occasional, sex partner, what have you.
Boo! Oh, sorry. Sorry. I had a moment.
Right. So I'm just saying. So, but for men, it's just like, I think women have this notion that men don't want to be husbands or they don't want to be, courted as well, to have an appropriation in the relationship, because, we all can go there. Everybody got a side to them. Everybody can be, you can be sweet professional and be a little ratchet sometimes. You know what I'm saying? So it's just being authentically you and understanding that, we often place these stereotypes like what men would do versus what women would do, but it's really, I think sometimes it's just that personalized statement. It's like with the individual, what are you seeking? What are you willing to do, and how are you willing to find that? And so it can't be all over the world. It can't be, you can't date every person in every category. So it's just kind of narrowing down your perspectives and kind of credit to what Leo was saying. What does your stages of dating look like? What is that visualization of dating look like? Where is it going for you, as a grown man? Are you looking to just have this? So because if we just having a sexual friend with benefit or whatever, like hanging out, that's like, occasional kickbacks, get together, like there's really no serious intent. Like I really ain't trying to get to know you. I just felt like now because we done smashed, you hungry, you want to get something to eat, you know what I mean? So it's so blah, so boring. So it's like, you do that with 50 different women and the time. Like after a while, it's get like, you start to internalize when you are by yourself, like, dang, I'm probably tired of going through this woman and that woman. Like I want to find my person, and then some people have this thing with damage control. They bring the pain into the courtship and the relationship, the baggage. Well, I don't want you to be like my ex because my ex, he never told me he loved me every day. So you better keep telling me, it's like, you know, the man and bringing the hurt and pain into the relationship, and then just kind of comparing. Or when you're dating, it was like, you know, especially when you're having sexual chemistry, I think sometimes it's like inappropriate. Most of the women like, well, you know, I would just remember when I first had sex with John, like he really wasn't hitting like that, and he kind of did this like that, and it wasn't good, but you are just amazing. So it's like men don't sometimes those comparisons, like y'all women don't like being compared to other women. Like yours was wet, but you know hers was a little wetter. You know, it's like you know, it's just like, come on now, like come on with the jokes. So yeah, so but yeah, man, I think, man, there's men out there, and fellas, if you out there, nephews and uncles alike, if you out there, you know, make sure you drop a comment. You know, it's never too late. But make sure you drop a comment, and you know, if you
let us know. Yeah, fellas, if y'all are in the chat, I'm just curious. What are y'all actually looking for? Are y'all looking to date with the intention of pursuing long-term relationship and or marriage, or y'all just having fun?
I think a lot of men, you know, now after seeing that Tyler Perry film, you know, I don't know, marriage might be like,
I don't know what. I don't even know. I ain't watched Tyler Perry.
yeah, they was talking about this little buzz. I think it was more geared
I need
for
him to find another narrative to write about, or let somebody else do the writing.
Yeah, because to me, honestly, I feel like maybe women could have probably glimpsed some relation or correlation to that, but it's just like, you know, for me, you know, I'm not gonna give away the whole movie. It's, you know, I've seen it, but it just was some components to, like, you know, me as a black man, I'm like, why do we have to always show those components with us men being in this space that is dark, and it's disrespectful. It's you know, it's crazy to the woman, and it's like a scorned woman. We always are showing how women are just the disrespect, you know. Yeah, and throughout the film, she wasn't, you know, bitches and hoes all throughout the film, but you know, the level of disrespect, but you also see the level of mental illness that took part in that as well. So to me, it just was not really, it didn't give a good reflection of black men, and really realistically to me, how black women would be in a marriage. Because after a while, you know, it's just only a certain percentage of women that is going to be in a situation till you married to your husband, and you done follow this nigga like 16 different places. Nigga done left you and went to another bar, and you following him. He drunk, can't drive. You got to help him out. Like, you know, he telling you he want a divorce. He's, you know, popping up at your job. Like, it's just, to me, it's like a spinoff of Diary of a Mad Black Woman or whatever. So to me, it really wasn't no glimp or no hope for the fellas or how to view marriage or whatever. It was just more like stating, oh, well, 90% of marriages end in divorce. Like, it's like, come on now. Like, we're not showing the expression of black love and maybe couples being on the brink of divorce and how they save their marriage and the relationships. But what we will tell is the dirty nitty gritty that stereotypes us further as black people. It puts women in the space. It puts, you know, men in the space, and black men in general, it almost categorized to be the same. Like, you know, we're going to be this way. You know, so it's like, pick a side, pick a narrative. Are we going to be black men that are going to portray the goodness that the black men provide to the households and to the women? Like, there are good men out there who are in relationships, are by themselves, that are thriving and still being able to be conducive in society. So yeah, I just thought that I was just, you know, being funny with that little plug in with Tyler Perry, but yeah, that was just kind of crazy. I'm like, yeah, this is no way.
It does get old. It gets old to continually see black people, black love be
tarnished and destroyed.
Yeah, like, because I know some beautiful married couples, and not even just married couples, but like, you know, people that are in deep
committed relationships. Yeah.
Relationship. You know, and it is, they give me hope, but like, people are really out here loving each other and showing up for each other, and like,
and that's the story that we need to tell, because how many times have we seen in these films, and, you know, no shade against Tyler Perry, but in a lot of Tyler Perry films, how it's portraying the black woman or the black man, you know, and it shows
stereotypes. It is.
It always shows all the complications to really no real life solutions. Like, you know, yes, we are aware that marriages is hard work. You know, there's going to be ups and downs, but let's not focus so much of the downs, you know, and talk about how kind of like, you know, people are saving their marriages or fixing their marriages. You know what I'm saying? But to me, it's just like to kind of portray all of the disrespect that woman had to take. Like, you know, you know, it's a film, but it just being portrayed is just like, that's just kind of crazy. Like, yeah.
And then I think also that it forgets to talk about the good black men, the great black men, the black men that are amazing fathers, the black men that do show up. Like a lot of his films put black men in a bad light, and it's like, bro, I know a lot of black men, and I don't even know enough black men that will portray what you are showing here. Like, sir, find something else to talk about.
It ain't realistic. You think about a woman like Megan Good, even if she wasn't Megan Good. I know people have different type of mental processes and structures in their mind and their, you know, physical makeup or whatever. But come on now, realistically, somebody like her dealing with that, even if she was with this man, like after a while, you know, her daddy's a pastor. He done did. I mean, it just was a lot of components to where it would take even me, if the roles were reversed, to be in a relationship with a woman who, you know, you done injured my dad, shot my dad, you know what I mean? You know, you just go.
That's too much. Relax.
Yeah. We ain't going that far.
That's the other thing too. He always goes to the extreme.
Yeah, and then it was so crazy that, like, you know, it's kind of like almost when you can, like, I like films where I can't really predict what's about to happen next. Like, I have an idea.
I might think I know.
That twist and that turn and that thing, you'd be like, I didn't see that coming, but now it's coming together. Like, I kind of enjoyed watching it because it made me watch, because now I don't know where this is going. But, you know, you knew at a certain level of point, once, you know, it's just like he gives hints. Like, here, baby girl, here's some guns to plant around the house. You know what I'm saying? So she's like, okay, come in here and hit me and beat me up. And now I told you, stop, don't move. Now I'm going to shoot you dead. You know, it's just like, so now it just gives us, like, what it say for the black man is that he was abusive. He was having mental health issues with himself. He couldn't get it right. You know, he was disrespectful, and he ended up getting himself killed. Like, where's going to be the narrative where, you know what I'm saying, he realizes his shortcomings and his mistakes, and he gets it together, and he, you know what I'm saying,
the support he needs
for his the love and support he needs, and it's like saving and the reserving of the preservation, I should say, of the relationship. You know, because there are going to be some things that may be tragic almost to that extent, but you know, it just went too far with me. It just was like, now she finally realized she don't need him no more. Yeah, the nigga's dead now. You know, you done shot him and went through all that. Now just like and then it opens up room for, like, now for the mothers and the other brothers to retaliate, because it's like, she like, you shot my baby. She like, yeah, like, don't you get shot either. Like, you know, let it go.
He be doing too much.
Yeah, let it go. Yeah, nah, you can't tell somebody you done just killed,
Tyler.
you done killed that woman's son and walk past her talking about, just let it go. This is over.
Y'all got me thinking about, why did I get married now? All them couples got divorced, didn't they?
But see, the way he did the aspect with, the correlation between why did I get married, it was showing to me, it was like almost the same. It was showing the breakdown and the disrespect in a relationship. Mm-hmm. You know, I would never forget that scene where Janet was like, so you do the bending over?
That ain't it. Why did I get married? That's for color girls.
Was it?
Yeah,
that's for color girls.
See, he's fucking up all across the board. I'm mixing the movies up.
You said Tyler do too much.
Too much. So you do it bending over. So it just demasculated the man, because it was just like certain components that was coming out. You know, it was crazy. But I do remember Why Did I Get Married? The basis of it was just an irretrievable breakdown in the marriage, and then she finds somebody else or with the friends, and they having this odd space and fighting over who's gonna get this, who's, you know, it just was too much.
It just ended. All of his movies always end up with a big thing about black women, or a really big thing about, like, black men not being shit. Like, and that's what it always looks like in his movies. Like, black men ain't shit, or it's a bitter ass black woman somewhere. And a lot of times the black
men gotta go through all these things to soften her up.
And then it's not realistic responses.
He really plays into the bitter fat woman role a lot too. He plays into that a whole lot. Either the bitter or the unattractive,
self-esteem,
the low self-esteem, I'm not attractive type of fat woman role too.
He does, yeah, because Cora is homely.
Like, no, see, not Cora in particular, but like Jill Scott on Why Did I Get
Oh,
Married?
yeah, for sure.
Like Jill Scott, and then even the lady who is the playing in this new movie, like the angry mother or whatever I think that she is. So it's like he does all of these roles to the extreme, and it is the extreme negative a lot of times. Like it's not the extreme positive about nobody or none of those parts. But
So it's like,
anywho,
yeah.
before we get out of
Yeah,
here,
they can go somewhere.
Okay, y'all. So how y'all closing out y'all perfect first date?
We closing out that perfect first date with, you know what I'm saying, going to the boom boom room, getting it in, you know what I'm saying?
not the boom boom room.
Sweating, you know what I'm saying, mattress squeaking and all that. No, I'm just saying. A first date is just at the end of that perfect first date. It's just to realize how connected and present both of you were, and to move to a greater and better space together. You know what I mean? So the first date you want to conclude with, okay, yeah, I feel confident about pursuing this individual and keep moving forward. So a perfect first date, what it looks like to me would be, success. You know what I'm saying? Like it was from start to finish, it was how it was supposed to be. And now I'm so intrigued and interested. Like I can't wait to go on the next day. So if you don't close out with a perfect first date with saying, man, like I had bomb, I can't wait to go on the next date. You know what I'm saying? With Shawty, because she was like full of energy, giving mad baseball cap and leggings, and you know what I'm saying? And she was just
remember my outfit.
You know what I'm saying? A nice top, you feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying, or when you Leo Michelle, you know what I'm saying, coming in with, you know what I'm saying, all the trick, you feel what I'm saying? Know how to come through on the first date, with all that for lunch. So, that's what it looks like. And I just feel like with men, we have to get out of certain categories and certain women, because I think that, even particularly, both of you women are beautiful. Both of you women are attractive. Both of you women are just, of course, perfect first date worthy. So for sure, the skin that you guys are in is just uniquely tailored to your individuality. And so it is much appreciated and needed in this world. Fuck all the bums, get you a real
Period. I'm closing out my first date because he needs to pull up. Actually, if I let you drive me somewhere, that says a lot.
He's pulling up.
That says a lot. If I let you pick me up for the date and you drop me back off at home, that says a lot.
Not a passenger princess.
I am not. I am. And I forgot to say that I had somebody who made me be a passenger princess. And I was like, I do not like being in the passenger seat. But I did start to like it. I did start to like being a passenger princess. But yeah, drop me off at home, walk me to my door, like the old school shit. And then stand there and like get real close to me and talk to me about how you enjoy the day, or talk to me about how you can't wait to see me again. Nibble on my ear a little bit, and then give me a little kiss and go home.
Definitely silly with a kiss.
Home.
Especially if it was a successful first date.
Yes, and go home
with a nice kiss.
Don't ask to come in. Yeah. Don't try to pressure about like extending the date. No, it was a great night. I appreciate it. I enjoyed you.
Yeah, because I want you to want me. I want you to have.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you leave me wanting ever, and then when you kiss me, it's gonna be a bonus if you don't try to kiss me on the lips. But if you get me on my neck
or on my cheek, or the forehead kiss, sir, come on in here. You said you want to have some coffee. I ain't even got none. I got tea. I will go find some coffee though if you like coffee.
Know what though? If we do, so I have two like perfect day endings. So it could be that you leave me at the door wanting more. And I go in and I'm swooning and I'm giddy and I just want to slide down the door.
Yes, let me swoon.
Okay. Make me swoon. But it could also be maybe I do invite you in, or maybe I, come in if it's at your place or whatever. But don't like be pushy about the sex of it. Like if
Mm-hmm.
we can just chill and we fall asleep together.
Yeah.
Then we wake up in the morning and it's like, oh, that was great. And then we part ways. To show me
Yeah, I like that too.
strength.
Because and see me, I'm so used that if I do, Alexa, didn't nobody ask you nothing. I'm talking about it's time for bed. But if we do end up falling asleep, I have gotten so into the point of, all right, I woke up first, I'm finna slide the fuck up out of here. But
Yeah.
if we if we had a good night and we kind of both wake up, or you feel me moving around and you do wake up and be like, you walk me out, all that kind of stuff, absolutely, sir. But yeah, like people
Don't
gotta
wake up
stop
and then
being,
take me to breakfast.
listen, and then we gonna start date 2, okay? Date part 2.
Come on.
Cause yes.
Let it be a
And then
first date. Try
we
me.
part ways at breakfast. And
Put something on your mind. Give
gotta
you
know
something to think
drive.
about. Give you something to think about.
On my mind.
So with that,
Listen, and then I get to go home and go back to bed.
What?
So
You better walk that walk, walk that walk. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
So make sure you guys are sharing your experience with PGC After Dark, on your experience on the first experience. Like, what's your idea of a perfect date? We want to hear from the viewers and from the audience. We love y'all. So we want to make sure that you guys are participating and get your comments in. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you guys comment and subscribe to the YouTube channel and everything PGC Media. And we want to hear about that perfect first date and how it looks like for you.
Yep, send it to our email, the Fat Girl Chronicles podcast@gmail.com, or you can send it to our our DMs on Facebook or Instagram, because it's time to get up out of this thing. Make sure you find PGC After Dark, and then join us next week, Crazy Rich Aunties, on Friday, and on Tuesday for PGC, the Fat Girl Chronicles with Leo Rochelle and the squad. This is a good conversation. Listen, we're going to have to do some more about first impressions and about the dating scene in general. We're going to still continue out the month with dating. And make sure, y'all tune in. Y'all check us out. If you missed the last couple episodes, find us on all your podcast streaming platforms and all of that good stuff. Leave a review if you are Apple.
Subscribe.
Yes.
Leave a review if you are an Apple listener and all of that good stuff. But check us out for real. Share it with your peoples. And y'all know what I say. Whatever you do for the rest of the evening and the rest of the week, don't do it with your half ass, y'all. Do it with your whole ass, all right? We about this thing. We love y'all. Take care of yourself and each other. All right? 2 fingers. Love y'all. Bye.
Trust, dependency, love, respect, passion, pain, intimacy, pleasure. I sit here stuck inside my head, remembering you and I analyze all the